legacy gaming rap that you've grown accustomed to. Time for that is over. This is Rags. Some of you cats might also know me as Anemic, and I'm about to go in on this thing we call Dota.
The battle begins.
Let's go. I'm the man in Dota 2. We can take it to the scrimmage, and you know that I'll be winning. Just give it 30 minutes. Ganking in the lane. Hey, yo, he's in that gross. I see him trying to kite. Yeah, let's see just how far that goes. I carry in the scoreboard, he's carried in the hearse. Your tier 2 towers and your rats getting murked. Demolished was in my way from the start to the finish. Like I said in the beginning, I'm the man in Dota scrimmage. I was bossing in Dota 1, now I'm taking it to the sequel. Okay. Demolishing my enemies are feeble. Yeah. This is abolition, there's really no competition. While tracking the expedition, I'm ready to get it kicked. First blood on me, homie, I'm a captain, you're a crony. If you're thinking it's anything else, I'ma need you to come over here and show me. Ha, I'm in the jungle, pulling them like Geppetto. And if you see that rapey, I'm telling you, don't meddle. I go hard, yeah, I'm playing for keeps, but I'm surrounded by these news who are yelling at me to feed. But I split them down the middle and turn them to nuclear feed. Then sprinkle their remains and I'm calling it Louis C. Wipe his whole team and sweep him up with a broom. And you can't eat, that's how I be spelling doom. Watch for the back door, invasion in the womb. This is how it's going down when I'm playing Dota 2. I'm the man in Dota 2. We can take it to the scrimmage, and you know that I'll be winning. Just give it 30 minutes. Ganking in the lane. Hey, yo, he's in that gross. I see him trying to kite. Yeah, let's see just how far that goes. I carry in the scoreboard, he's carried in the hearse. Your tier 2 towers and your rats getting murked. Demolished was in my way from the start to the finish. Like I said in the beginning, I'm the man in Dota scrimmage. Call me lane support, disables, initiators. Cranking out the fissure and told him the earth shaker. Or we can take it to my homie named Clockwork. He's got a rocket flare just to show you how to clock jerk. Thinking they gon' beat me, the thought of it kinda juvenile. Let me give you some clarity, not talking about consumables, but I can talk about a clash and what the fight will do to you. Your kid was coming soon to you, my team will be consuming you. Competition over with ease, I'm in the lead. You were hiding in trees while I was killing your creeps. And I was taking out your heroes, making them fall back. You were back to the back while yelling out, fall back, fall back. And that's really what you best to do. Or I'm taking out your hero and who's next to you. Only point and picking the point that you're next to lose. This is how it's going down when I'm playing on Dota 2. I'm the man in Dota 2. We can take it to the scrimmage, and you know that I'll be winning. Just give it 30 minutes. Ganking in the lane. Hey, yo, he's in that gross. I see him trying to kite. Yeah, let's see just how far that goes. I carry in the scoreboard, he's carried in the hearse. Your tier 2 towers and your rats getting murked. Demolished was in my way from the start to the finish. Like I said in the beginning, I'm the man in Dota scrimmage. I'm the man in Dota 2. We can take it to the scrimmage, and you know that I'll be winning. Just give it 30 minutes. Ganking in the lane. Hey, yo, he's in that gross. I see him trying to kite. Yeah, let's see just how far that goes. I carry in the scoreboard, he's carried in the hearse. Your tier 2 towers and your rats getting murked. Demolished was in my way from the start to the finish. Like I said in the beginning, I'm the man in Dota scrimmage.
It's good to be back. You know who this is, right? Facebook.com/DevilsUrethra. Woo! I'm pumped. Let's do this. You can tell as soon as you hear it. The devil's back with a vengeful spirit. Left for a while, but I'm coming back in style. Versatile with the rhyme, so please turn up your dial. Arms to the teeth and stomping on beats. And too strong to defeat, cause I farm all the creeps. And don't see a reason to throw you in the deep end. Season when it comes to the defense. Killed you in the prequel, I'll kill you in the sequel. No matter what you do, you never be my equal. You can't level up when I'm leveling your town. And you can't hold your ground when the devil is around. Gold, stack it up, kills, rack 'em up, noobs, hack 'em up. If a dude's being a pain in your lane, just stack 'em up.
Sometimes I wanna get the world out my face. I tell them stay in your lane. I tell them stay in your place. If they don't, I smack them all. I smack them all. I smack them all. I smack them all.
I move at a pace of empower and hate, laying towers to waste. Tell me, how does it taste after hours of rape? Probably sour as grapes, and you quit out of rage while I'm plowing through lanes, making change from the crease. Spike from the earth, you're a frog, you're a sheep, I'm a boss, you're asleep. Nordstrom is here, so don't make a peep. Back from the silence, amidst all the violence, lying is the only one left. Sorry Nordstrom, finger of death. Subtract from your health, add to my wealth. Damage dealt with a series of attacks. I'ma level your racks to level 10 when my level is max. I hit hard, crit star, and trade you in half. In case you didn't know, yeah, the devil is back.
Sometimes I wanna get the world out my face. I tell them stay in your lane. I tell them stay in your place.
Are you amped, guys? Are you amped? Are you ready for the next game of this challenge? This is game 2 of the Kiwi Series Challenge quarterfinal between KT and Go to Bed, or GTB. GTB outplaying KT in the first game and securing that win quite substantially from that sort of mid-game phase onwards. But KT was still in it right up to that mid-game, and so they still come back. Will GTB get another win and go 2 for 2 and go on to the next round without any challenge, or will KT give them a run for their money, which I'm hoping they'll do? They are my favourites, so we'll see how that goes. I am flying solo yet again, no co-caster, although I'm trying to get somebody on the on the side, because as you all know, co-casting makes the difference when you're watching somebody cast. In any case, here, quick plug in for T2NZ, the guys who are running this event. You can see a website on there, which is a Facebook thing. Go along, hit like, add your power to them by hitting like, so they can get more better sponsors, because their current sponsors are putting too many restrictions on them. Southern Cross Dota, community hub for people looking to get into Dota, casting, running events. You got your own event you want to promote, this is the place to go. Sign up, say hi to Vix. She runs a very, very solid site. This is game 2, the best of 3 between KT and GTB, as I said earlier, for the Kiwi Challenge Series 2. Hopefully this will be an exciting play. We should see some good play, because I'm a fan of both of these teams. And we saw that last team, Dynamite, playing very, very well. And let's see how it goes in this game. We're already into the picking and banning phase. You can hear in the background, the first ban now being Lifestealer. For KT, they don't want to fight the power of that Lifestealer. They've realised that perhaps that their last lineup didn't go the way they expected, so they want to move that Lifestealer from the potential pool of pickers, as well as Visage. And you know, I've said this many times: Visage, Jinkero, Shadow Demon, all being in the top 3 picks for support position. So those very, 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 very strong bans. Meanwhile, on the Go to Bed side, or on the Radiant side, which is GTB, you can see they've banned out Batrider. You know, there's so much hate for Batrider. I don't see a lot of play of him in New Zealand Australian team, because he gets so much hate ban. So I don't know if he's still tier 1. In all honesty, I think he's kind of fallen out of popularity because of all the hate bans. So, but in any case, he has been banned. It is still a solid ban, and they've also banned that Alchemist, because everybody knows the power of that late game of Alchemist. And anyone who followed the Kiwi Challenge Series 1 and the pre-Kiwi Challenge Series knows that Alchemist, that's what Diet like to use. So it's good to see that it's being banned out. Meanwhile, for the pickups, Go to Bed have picked up a Shadow Demon yet again. Strong hero to see. I think KT picked him up last time, but this time being picked up by Go to Bed. You know, I've already said it in this cast. Go to Bed, Jinkero, Visage in that top 3 position, and Anti-Mage, they've also picked Anti-Mage, who's made this resurgence back through the ranks in terms of his pickups. He was kind of like relegated to tier 2, tier 3, because he wasn't being played very much, but now he's kind of come back with a strong vengeance as that hard carry, and I think they've played well to pick up early, but they do give away what their hard carry is going to be, so they have to be very, very smart with their next 3 pickups. In any case, on the opposing team, KT picking up Faceless Void and Ogre Magi. Both these heroes don't see a lot of competitive play. Ogre Magi is quite tanky for a support. He does have those powerful abilities. He can bloodlust somebody, and that can really turn the game. But Faceless Void, honestly, that is one of the hardest carries, in my opinion, to play in a competitive scenario, because you have to be exceptionally intuitive with your chronosphere. Land it wrong, miss the wrong hero, and it can go all the bad for you. So he needs a reasonable amount of babysitting, and he doesn't have that good lockdown that other heroes have in the early phases that could be in that trailing position. But hey, let's see how TK go. We're rolling on very, very quickly now into the second set of bans. You can see there, well, let's make sure that that's actually, you guys can actually see, you can actually see it. You can see that they've banned out Ribic and Lestrak because they don't want any of those combos, any of those really good combos to work well with the Shadow Demon. Well, they've still left Lena in the pool, so we may see a Lena pick up. Meanwhile, GTB are looking to ban out those critical positions, such as the mid position and the off lane. They don't want Omni to pick up that Weaver because they did feel threatened in that trail lane, you know, and that's why I question that Shadow Demon rotation. But in any case, they're looking not to see that again and ban off that Queen of Pain because everybody knows the power of Queen of Pain in mid position. This gives them a good setup for puck middle. Sorry, I lost my voice a little bit. That gives them a good setup for potentially for a puck mid or a DK mid. But we'll see. Let's see how they actually progress with this. What their actual pickups are. You know, I'm thinking here. Go to bed. Their sort of drafting strategy is very, very progressive. It is very up to speed with the tier 1 sort of bans and picks and play styles that we regularly see. Or here on my channel and also on the international Southeast Asian scene in any case, not so much the European scene. So hey, I think that they've got it in the bag in terms of what their pickups are. And look, we see they pick up there for their second pickups. That Ducks here, a little bit of hesitation, but they pick them up, and I think that's a great pickup, showing true to form how they draft. You know, KT is probably behind the ball in this draft. They don't have the aggressive tier 1 pickup that you would expect to see at this high level of play. The pickups are not wrong. There's nothing wrong with their pickups. They are still solid. It's just that we're not expecting to see those heroes, and that could work in the advantage for them, or it could work significantly against them in terms of how they actually unfold in the game. They pick up Jack, you know. G'day, Jack. Like to see Jack being played. Along with Shadow Demon Visage, as I've already said three times now, my favourite heroes, or the most commonly played heroes, that have been quite popularised for those trailing supports. But hey, we've still got other supports in the pool. We've still got a Nyx Assassin in there, and we've still got, what's another tier 1 hero that's still in there? We've still got a Wisp. We don't see anyone playing Wisp these days.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, this is Sanking pickup. Hey guys, 1 second. I am losing my voice. I remember I am flying solo today. So if you want to jump in at the last minute, just send me a message and I can check you in for if there is a next game. And you guess we see Sanking pick up for that trailing position. He's going to go hand in hand well with that Shadow Demon, which means that Anti-Mage is potentially either going to be solo, which we see quite a lot of Anti-Mage play solo, or potentially in the mid. But because they've picked up Darks here, it makes me think that this Anti-Mage is actually going to go into the unconventional position of tri-lane. Because what do they pick up? They're going to pick up a mid. That's all they've got left. TK spotting the opening there with Queen of Pain, so they choose to pick up their puck, which I think may have been a very well timed pick up there. I do think GTB were looking to pick up puck because they banned that Queen of Pain and the Bad Rider. That's just kind of handed over the opportunity to pick up puck there to KT. That's very, very strong. And you can see here that their trail lane is going to consist of Jack, Ogre Mage, and Faceless, and they haven't given away what Omni's going to be playing in that solo position. I'm going to be picking it early. It's either going to be Windrunner or it's going to be we see him playing Morana a little bit lately these days, so it'd be great to see that, because I think the potential for that global ult there, and the fact that he lands those arrows like a champion, could give GTB a big headache. In that mid phase, as soon as you get 6, they're going to go straight into roaming ganking, and they've got the ability to do that in the form of the Ogre Mage and the Jink Jack. Meanwhile, we see yet again another OD ban, because there is a lot of OD pickups here. I don't think KT would have picked up another carry. I think they're, oh, maybe so. Maybe I'm completely wrong with the pickup they're looking to go. They may have picked up OD. but they don't want to fight him. But you know, I've said this before, a lot of hate for OD currently in the Australasian scene. He's come back in a resurgence with his popularity, and we see a lot of bans and a lot of playstyle even, so it's a warranted ban, and I think that was smart. Meanwhile, we see KT banning out the silencer. They don't want to be shut down by that global silence ability. They also think that potentially silencer would be a good... no, actually, he's a terrible counterpick to Puck. What am I saying? I was going to say he might be a good counterpick to Puck because he isn't Tail Hero, but anyone who knows how Puck works knows that you can just phase shift away that last word. And we see an Invoker pick up for the mid position with GTB. Invoker traditionally not doing well against Puck, but if in the right hands, he can outplay a Puck if he gets vision on those runes. And if he goes cross wax build. Yeah, Extort build against the Puck, from what I have been told, not that I play an Invoker, an Extort build, not so great because you lose out on those early Hurricanes and Deafening Shouts and those sorts of things, which are quite crucial to out Puck a Puck in the mid position. But I guess he can still go Extort for that global presence, and we may see some amazing Iron Beam cannons sort of just knocking kills out of the sky. In any case, KT is going to take their time. They are going to pick up their win winner, they thought, because we have seen a lot of Morana, we have seen a lot of win winner offlane position being played by Omni. It was Soul yet again picking up the mid position with Puck, and the other three being relegated to the trail lane, which will probably be the defensive trail lane, given that they've got a faceless void. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane position, we see Dynamite. Big shout out to him. Dynamite picking up Darkseer again for that solo offlane position. He did so well. Easy farm last game. Smart choice to sort of go out of lane when he was being out positioned with those pulls. But now this time, he's looking to go again into the long lane against the defensive trail lane. So he's going to be in the same element. He may also need to rotate out of this if, and I say if, KT can do that excellent stacking and pulling and denying that they did earlier on in the previous round. And we see Anti-Mage going into that unusual position of tri-lane Anti-Mage. I have no idea how this is going to pan out. In all seriousness, this is a new endeavour. It's slightly foreign and alien to me because we don't see a lot of anti-mage in the trail lane, and this could be the play of the match for me in terms of how he actually develops his game, how he actually comes out. He's going to get a lot of farm, he's got an escape, he's got this great support to lock down and kill heroes, so it is smart, but we don't see a lot of it, and the reason we don't see a lot of it is because anti-mage can suffer a little bit in the laning phase, and also most people want him to sort of steamroll early, so they put him in their off lane, but they've got such a great pickup of Darkseer that I think this is a smart choice. As expected, it is a Invoker versus a Puck mid. Puck is the only hero, in my opinion, that is always going to get presence in mid, and I think Invoker is going to struggle a little bit here against this Puck, traditionally speaking, unless he goes this unusual Quest Wex build, but he's got Extort, which is what I thought he was going to go, and I think that could potentially be work in the favour of the Puck. He's going to have a lot of damage, but he's not going to have a lot of utility, and that's what Puck has. Puck has all this utility. He's going to out-utilize this Invoker in the mid position. In the bottom lane here, Shadow Demon is... Shadow Demon, look at you, you're taking so much damage. They're going in for an early gank. There's an Iron Beam cannon and a stun, and they do look like they may get this. She has got one run up. Omni sort of getting away and almost dying as a result for this. Both of them almost died. Look at that. You can see how much went down on this Omni. That combo is going to work later, not early game, but you can see how much she did. She had Burrow Strike, she had a Disruption, she had... what did you know? The illusions were rocking in. She had a Sunstrike. She had right clicks, and they couldn't get it. And she almost got Shadow Demon, and also the Sand King. So they need to be a bit more cautious until they can get these levels on those abilities. That combo will work. It will work very, very well, but just not yet. Because she's good. Omni's good. Omni knows what he did. He picked up win run. Very, very smart. I forgot to mention that. That's why she lived. She had the win run up. Meanwhile, Dynamite's doing very, very well in the offlane, doing some blocking, early game blocking. He does want to deny some of this, or at least get his Iron Shell on so they're not just killed too deep by... oh no, that means he can double Iron Shell. Very, very smart, yeah. He's looking to put as much pressure on the Australian, but also be able to stay in range of the CS as well as potentially the XP. Ruin and the Leaf not doing as well as they did in the previous rounds to deny the pulls, but it is only 2 minutes into the game. They are seeking the kills, and they've got far much more ganking potential on the Darkseer than they did in the previous game. Well, about the same. I'm talking about my house. About the same. Hey, and I just want to say we hit 2,000 views. Hit 2,000 views on my channel. Thanks, guys. This is a momentous occasion. I've only been casting for 2 months in Dota 2, so hey, thank you very, very much. And it sort of was away for 2 weeks, so yeah, thanks for that. 2,000 views. Makes me happy. In any case, back to the thing that you guys actually care about, which is the game. You can see here. Bottle on the way, wants to pick up that DD before the 4-minute mark. Isn't sure if she's going to get dominance over it, even though she's got orb. If I was that pack, I probably wouldn't have picked that up and waited for the bottle. But hey, these are pro players, and I am definitely scrub in comparison, so I can't criticize. Well, I shouldn't be criticizing. Meanwhile, there's a disruption, Sunstrike and Burrow Strike going down onto Windrunner. She has got Windrunner up. Is she going to get away? There's lots of right clicking. They're trying their best. There's the Shadow Damage. She's forced to use a healing potion, but Omni still gets away. All that ability being thrown down on her, and she's not getting killed. So, but now she realizes that as they get levels with those skills, it's going to become harder and harder. Anti-Mage, in terms of farm, Anti-Mage doing very, very well in the bottom lane. In fact, he is the lead CS picker up with 22-7, followed closely by the trailing counterpart, which is Faceless Void, which I'm very, very surprised. His support's doing very, very well to pull off and to right-click down these Iron Shells and allow this unharassed farm to go into their Faceless Void. So that works really, really well in their favour. And I'm really, really surprised to see that this Extort build Invoker is actually outmitting the puck in terms of CS. It's a 9-4 versus a 14-6, and that's 15-6, and that's a huge lead for a mid position against the puck. That's amazingly huge. Meanwhile, everyone else is sitting on much less than that, which you expect to see, except the Darkseer, who is struggling a little bit. Dynamite not getting as much farm as he was hoping to get. Just because there's this great presence of Jinkara and Ogre Magi there to kind of scare him off a bit, and he knows that Surge can only do so much. So well played by him in terms of playing cautiously, but he's not picking up as much CS as he could be with those Iron Shells. But at the same time, this Omni, she's avoiding lots of damage. She's stacking these agents now for somebody. Well, I wonder if you can pull the lane to there, because that was really, really far. No, you can't. It's too far. See, that's me revealing how scrub I am. You know, those guys watching this know that you can't do that. I was just wondering whether or not there's been a patch change that allows you to do so. I have been away for a couple of weeks. Anyway, back into the game. It's just me rambling, and chatting on as I kind of think what's going through these guys' minds. This Darkseer, very, very low money. He's only good enough for a Surge. He has to be careful. He could get caught out of position. If he sort of greedily throws down an Iron Shell, trying to pick up some CS, he will get Ice Path out. Given that this is great rotation in from Ogre, they are going to go in. He's going in for a stun, but there's no follow through. In fact, Jack is too far away. No one else to actually add to that. That could have been first blood, but that's given away. He's given away his position already, so he can just comfortably back up now. Darkseer can now comfortably back up. Got a question coming in. What does this question say? No, it's just someone saying that I suck at streaming and that I'm jumping around with my views too much. I apologize. The one thing I haven't mastered yet is being able to get this great vision on the actual game. In the case of this game being very, very slow, it's at 6 minutes, no first bloods. But that's not for a lack of trying. We did see some great execution with the Burrow Strike, with the disruption, and the Sunstrike, but just not enough damage. Maybe if the Anti-Mage had been there. Whoa, what's he doing? He's like sort of semi-farming, getting these two guys down while he waits for CS. Oh, wow, you can see Omni accidentally using the Wind Run. Why did he use that Wind Run? Oh, wow. Oh well, he's not in danger. So it's all set up there, that triple stack now for somebody. Great early triple stack. I'm not sure who's going to take it. I think it's just going to sit there. Is he going to take it? He is. He's going to... Whoa. Random power shot, didn't hit anything. I think he's just trying to pick these off and get some CS through that means. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Anti-Mage is going toe-to-toe. Oh, wow. Totally missed. Totally missed. We saw Windrunner rotating into the mid position with support from Puck, easily picking out if not one, two kills. What happened? I don't know, because I was too busy rambling and not focusing on where I should have been. Great play there by KT. That's going to be a big psychological blow for GTB. And that first blood goal, we've seen so many games where it's just steamrolled away just because of that first blood extra goal. So, good pick up there by KT. Who got both those kills? That's the most important aspect of this. And they both went onto Windrunner, which is not the ideal hero for that. But hey, that first, he's going to be able to sort of maybe get some more tankier items or something. He's looking to try and farm this triple stack by using power shots and right clicking, and don't know if that's going to work. It obviously does work because Omni knows his shit, so this is definitely a strategy that I will be watching very closely to see how it actually works in terms of picking up CS, because he is getting denied on the pull, so he's looking to try and compensate for that by right clicking, and he is getting the creeps, especially the lesser creeps, down quite a bit, so it is working out well for him in terms of the potential to get CS. This is getting none, I guess. Meanwhile, wow, look at the gold sitting on this Anti-Mage. He is going to be rushing an early Battle Fury. He could almost, I don't know why he's sitting on the gold, but he could be doing it very quickly. Lifestealer, so Faceless Void on the other hand, he's only got half as much gold, but he's got the same CS. Yeah, nice Sunstrike. Finally they get Omni with that combo. Omni not having learnt his lesson about being out of position. In fact, Sankin getting that last hit instead of the Anti-Mage. I guess there would have been more more favourable for the Anti-Mage to get it, but he just wasn't quick enough on the right click. In any case, guys, I'm back. Sorry, I was just doing some things in the background in terms of monitoring my settings, making sure that stream is nice and continuous for you. But we see a good rotation in here. On the ice path, there's a cool Dream Coil. There's no escape for this... There's no escape for this Invoker. He does get right clicks down very convincingly. Good rotation, good gank squad here going on with Jinkara, the two supports, doing what supports do well if played by good players. They rotate into that mid position, picking up a kill, solidifying their lead, which is what they want to do given that they're one game down. And you know, you can see this farm here. Anti-Mage is now starting to get away. He did pick up those 2 items for his Battle Fury. He's 1 item short of a Battle Fury. If I'm doing my math correct. Yeah, he just needs the Void Stone. So he's minutes away from getting the Battle Fury, and his CS will start to skyrocket. So this is where the roaming gank needs to sort of start coming into play. There's rotation here from Puck, and the two supports need to come down and start shutting down this this Anti-Mage, or otherwise he's going to get too far ahead, especially when he gets that Battle Fury with his CS, and it's going to be for 13 minutes, not even 30, it's going to be pre-12 minute Battle Fury, so that's exceptionally good for this level of play. Oh, wow. Meanwhile, in the mid position, let's have a look at the boots. Boots tell us everything. We know this because we watch my channel all the time. Right, guys? Right, guys? My 14 dedicated fans who sent me some merchandise, Dota 2 merchandise. Gotta thank you guys. That was very nice of you. In any case, let's have a look at the boot makeup. The boot makeup tells me that it's nobody's game in terms of developing those tier 2 items. Although, sorry, I should say those core next level items. Although, look at Anti-Mage, level 9, gonna be level 10, gonna have a Battle Fury, and within 12 minutes, this is the linchpin of their strategy. If they can, here's the keystone, if they can remove him, this arc of GTB's power build is going to collapse, and KT need to respond to this very, very soon with their really good setup for a roaming gank. Do I have people disagreeing with me? I don't know, because I don't know how many people are watching, because Twitch's chat is broken. In any case, they need to answer to this. They need to answer this anti-mage. They're being outmitted by this. Well, actually, he's not. Man, I need to eat my hat. Look at this Invoker, 52 for 19 versus 25 for 5. He has died once, but he is clearly outpucking a puck in the mid position as an extort build. Just that right-click power and random cold snaps is really going to drive a puck out of mid lane. This is this is not what I expected to see with an Invoker puck mid. I expected puck to really be dominating this mid position, but Invoker doing very, very well. Very impressed in all honesty. Hey buddy, back to you, buddy. What can I do for you? Yeah, well, meanwhile, we can look at let's have a look at the items, because it is paused. Everyone is reconnected. No items that I can really comment on. No smoke. There is some sentry ward sitting on as you can see there. Nothing really amazing to report on. And again, I want to say I am by myself. Hi, shout out to Flighted Grey. I believe he's an Avril follower. So good shout out there to you, buddy. In any case, we're back here for the quarterfinals for the Kiwi Challenge Series 2. It is KT versus GTB. This is the second game. If GTB can win this, they guarantee their position through to the next round. But I think KT is giving them run for money, and you can tell. Look at the kills, look at the graphs. It's all slightly in their favour. If they can maintain this momentum with their actual excellent laning that they're doing, and this really crazy Omni Ancient farm thing, then they'll do very, very, very well. Meanwhile, meanwhile, in the bottom lane, this anti-mage still not being answered to. He's got his Battle Fury. It's on the way on this chicken. There we go. Post 12 minutes. Well, just within 12 minutes, Battle Fury, and so that's gonna really up his CS, and he's already leading the tables. Don't know what's happened here, but Dynamite has come back and started to sort of put a bit of pressure on the top lane. Really out harassed with those level 3, level 4 iron shells and level 3 iron shells, and this is driving back. Well, look at that. See. Really driving back this Faceless. He can't get the CS that he's hoping to get because of that iron shells. As you saw there, he almost got taken out by the iron cannon. So hey, this is definitely now going in the favour of GTB. I think they've got one game up. The CS is saying it's in their favour. They've got their two primary sort of carries way up there, whereas in fact there's only one carry on there's only one carry on KT's team. So what is this going to translate to? This is going to translate to, or convert to, a very strong mid-gaming phase where, as well as farmed as Windrunner is with those two kills, they're gonna get out carried with the hard carry in the form of a Battle Fury anti-mage, and we've seen this in countless games. This is how anti-mage works. He is gonna get this CS. He is gonna clearly start to steamroll now. He's been left uncontested, hasn't even been harassed out of lane once. In fact, for the full 13 minutes of the game, he pretty much has either been in the jungle getting last hits, but he's basically not been out of lane. He hasn't been driven out of lane. And this is a big miscalculation here by KT, because you can't outfarm this anti-mage who's you can't out carry this will outfarm this anti-mage with a Faceless Void. You did at this beginning, you saw it was neck for neck, but now it's a 20 CS lead in the favor of the anti-mage. Now that he's got that Battle Fury, easily going to start to accelerate even more. Faceless Void also picking up a Battle Fury, but his farm is going to be much slower still than the anti-mages, and you're going to see how this converts basically in the later phase. You're going to see an anti-mage who's going out of control, completely steamrolled this mid lane. We see reactionaries, oh look at that, he's dead. One right click, yeah. We see reactionary TPs in here. Great placement of the Soul Catcher, which we talk about regularly, its power. And they pick off, they trade off a Darkseer for their primary carry. Excellent trade-off. This is not good for KT. They need to have capitalized on their early game lead and just apply lots and lots of pressure and look for those roaming ganks. They've got the roaming gank team just like last game, and they're not utilizing that as much. And you can see here, anti-mage is probably good. Look at that. I was going to say, he's done a lot of damage, but he is going to pick off that. He does pick off the puck, and here comes in the deafening shout. They're going to get two of them, and they equate. There's a one death up top somewhere. Darkseer, no, it's 4 for 4. Great plays here. Okay, just reminding everyone, I am solo casting, so I may be not up to form. A little of escape there from the. Yeah, and GTB they sense blood. They're now jumping on every opportunity to gank. They've realized that KT is now on the back foot, and that their anti-mage is the key to the game. So they're just going to apply lots and lots of pressure everywhere to allow lots of free farm on this anti-mage, who is definitely top of the table with almost a 40 CS lead, which is bound to get larger, and this is going to be a disaster. This is clearly unanswered anti-mage. Everybody knows. You leave anti-mage alone for half an hour, you're clearly going to lose the game. And they sense this, they realize this, but they haven't got an answer for it. They've got all this lockdown. They've got a Dream Coil and a Silence. They've got Windrunner with a Shackle and a Stun and a Chronosphere, but they just can't find him. He's not in the right place. He's just getting free farm, and this seems very bad for them right now. But hey, I do have to give big props here, mad props to the non-rotating, non-rotational Invoker. He did go toe-to-toe with the puck as an extort build and actually beat him out. And I'm going to have people sending me hate messages. Hey, I don't play Invoker. I'm just going off of a little database of information I've got in front of me that people send me what they think about heroes in the mid position against each other. And this one says an extort build doesn't do as well against the puck because of all the utility puck has. And this is proving against to be to break that trend, and I've seen it in a lot of games. I've seen this extort build invokers go down, but clearly this invoker knows his stuff, and he's playing very aggressively, and he's getting a lot of CS, and he's getting a lot of denies. He's got 23 denies in this mid position versus the puck's 9. In fact, his denies are almost as much as puck's CS. It's almost half as much. So that should give away a lot right there. Meanwhile, look at that. He's now at a 60 CS lead, this anti-mage. He has clearly snowballed out of control. Yeah, call him anti-mage. He snowballs when left to farm, and that's exactly what he's doing. We're now hitting basically 17 to 18 minutes of free farm for the anti-mage. He only needs another 12 minutes, and this game is over.
Axe observes carnage underway at Radiant's top tower.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we look in the mid lane. There's a bit of a jostling here. They looked like they were poised to strike this mid tower, but there was a presence of a puck, and they could see a Jack and a Windrunner around. So they decided, no, let's not commit. We don't know where anyone else is. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Faceless has taken that opportunity of the missing heroes to try and push this tower, do some damage, pick up some CS, but he's not doing what Anti-Mage does. Look, there's no CS to be picked up. He should be going straight into the jungle, looking to pick up as much last hits as he can. And what he's doing is now handing over a 70 70 to 80 CS lead to Anti-Mage, because Anti-Mage taking every single opportunity to rotate out into the jungle and pick up the farm on stacks that had been pre-stacked for him as well in some of the cases. Another pause there. Anyway, let's take a look at the items. You can see here quickly. Shadow Demon having his basic items that you would expect the Shadow Demon to have with the boots and they're not mana boots though, with picking up the support items within the form of the smoke and the wards. Well, really surprised that Sand King has only got those mana boots just now, which is almost 20 minutes into the game. That's very poor performance there by that Sand King, although they are doing very well for the rest of the team, especially in the form of this Anti-Mage who's got a Yasha, so building towards that Manta very quickly with the Battle Fury. He's got, in my estimations, another 10 to 11 minutes of free farm and he's going to be uncontestable. Meanwhile, we got this Invoker who's, for me, MVP of this in this match because he's doing very well against the puck mid. He's picked up a lot of good items in CS and denied a substantial amount of CS to the puck, and we see Dynamite picking up an early mech earlier on in the game, although we haven't seen any team fights where he can utilize that. Meanwhile, on the KT team, we have, which is my favorite team, gotta say, these are the guys, I followed these guys, I've seen some of their ESP team pool games that they make during the week. They've casted some of those, in fact. But they're not doing as well as I'd hope they do in this particular matchup. They do have a Battle Fury on their Faceless Void, but he's just not utilizing the gaps and waves to go and farm, just like the Anti-Mages. We've got Soul on his mid position with Puck not doing as well as we normally see Soul normally doing so well on that mid position. In fact, in a lot of the games that we casted from the earlier pool play, most of the lanes were being lost except his lane. His lane was always the lane that was winning, and this doesn't seem to be the case in this particular matchup. We see Jack there, or Be the Leaf, picking up support items with just the mana boots, which is great to see. Omni, who had the most lead on the farm, not having finished any any secondary items, although he is building quickly into this mechanism. And another support hero there with the mana boots. So what does this mean? What does this mean for me as the caster, in my opinion, in this game? This is GTB's game to throw away. They've got this great win in the middle in the form of Invoker. They've got this free farming Anti-Mage. They've got more carry than the other team. And all they have to do is wait long enough and they win. No one. They've got a hard carry, that Anti-Mage, versus no hard carry on the other team. And everyone's gonna say Faceless Void, blah 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 blah. Faceless Void, I don't think this is a hard carry because he's so situation dependent. You need to land that Chronosphere so perfectly, and I don't see this happening with the level of play that's coming out of GTB. Not that KT can't do it. They definitely have the skill to land it, but only when GTB make the mistake of being in the wrong position, being out of position, being too clumped up, is this going to actually work. And then when he does Chronosphere them, the only follow through he's really going to get is a Jack ult and maybe some right clicks, maybe a Puck Orb, so it doesn't have that same team kill synergy that you expect to see. We see now that there is a long pause, and just reminding those guys who are currently watching, the rules state for the D2NZ event, or the Dota 2 New Zealand Kiwi Challenge event, that if you are DC'd for more than 5 minutes, or it might even be 5 minutes collectively, that you forfeit that slot. They basically just play on without you until you reconnect, and if you never reconnect, that's 4 versus 5. And we did see some games where they were throw-in. Would you say throw-in? Yeah, I'd say throw-in. There were some games earlier on in the previous pool plays where the games were basically thrown because they couldn't get that last secure that last spot, with their teammates having DC'd. There's nothing they could do. Well, what do you say? Apparently he's sunning in now, and they are approaching that 3-minute mark. Going to do a quick plug in there for those guys who are currently watching. Just to let you know, Liberate, if you watch that show, great. Continuum. Sponsors D2NZ, facebook.com/Dota2 New Zealand. These are the guys hosting the event. Why am I not casting the games with the caster who's by himself in the game doing the in-game casting? You'll have to ask them because it's a very long story. Plugs. Southern Cross Dota, the community hub for people looking to promote their events, learn casting, find co-casters, get some critiquing on their casting, or if just people who want to just find teams and groups within the Australian New Zealand network, VODs about all kinds of things, really well structured site, good follow through from both joindota.com and Valve. So I go along, sign up to Southern Cross Dota because they have got a big announcement that I can't talk too much about, which I believe is coming out just after TI3. And all I can tell you now is that there's a large event planned for the early next year, and it's going to be a substantial prize pool for this for the Australian New Zealand for the community. That's all I'm going to say. You'll probably hear about it from Southern Cross Dota, if not through other avenues. But because they're a community hub, I expect them to sort of cover it first. We'll see. Plug-in for myself. I haven't done a plug-in for myself in this particular matchup. Right, okay, you can see there is a YouTube link, and there is also a Twitch channel link. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you should go to Twitch TV and hit follow, or if you're watching this on Twitch TV, you should go to the YouTube link and hit subscribe. The more subscribers, the more followers I have, the more potential I have to pull more premium slottage, you might be the right kind of phrase to put it into, for premier events. People will then also look to seek me out. I've got some great fans that I met in Melbourne. They sent me some Dota 2 merchandise, which is completely unexpected. I was expecting like a mouse or something, but I got a hoodie and a jacket and all kinds of other stuff. So thanks to those guys. I don't know why they did it, and I thanked them like 100 times, but thanks, guys. But yeah, plug in for myself if you want to support what I'm doing. If you think this is great, there is several casters in the Australian New Zealand network, and you may think that's a lot of casters. It's not nearly enough casters to cover week-to-week scene coverage. It's enough casters to cover premium events, but even so, you've got the Oceanic Cup, which is tomorrow, and I think only Gavin 101 is covering that, and that's a lot of work for him just to do by himself. So hey, look, if you're a caster out there and you want to get into the game, or you're looking to co-cast, go along to that Southern Cross Dota forum, sign up, say hi, and make yourself present. I'm not opposed to having co-casters of any level of casting come and co-cast with me. Just couldn't find any tonight. And I've helped some of those guys who are following me, those guys who gave me some stuff. They have set up their own things, and I help them configure their software. In fact, I will do a tutorial at some stage on how I set up my stuff so that people can see how it goes together, because I actually had to use several online tutorials from YouTube, from friends, from a different number of avenues to pull together everything, because for some reason it wasn't all in one tutorial. But in any case, I might do one later just to show guys who are interested in doing their own casting, their own streaming, their own play-by-play plays for whatever game it may be, on how to do it, because I get a lot of questions. How do you do it? And it's very, very simple. We are approaching the 5-minute mark now. In fact, it's only 25 seconds to go until the 5-minute mark. Very, very unentertaining for all those who are currently watching. I apologize. Not much I can do about it. I am not the organizer or the person DC'd. But hey, this is how it goes. And a big shout out to those 7 guys watching me on the stream. Your support is greatly appreciated. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't do this. Basically, all it takes for me to feel gratified is one person watching my video. And I've currently got 7. So right now, I'm on cloud 9. In any case, back to the thing you actually care about, which is the game. Let's have a look at the graphs. Graphs say it is 5,000 to 6,000 gold advantage in GTB's favor, and we can see that in the boots that we saw earlier in terms of how those boots, who had what boots and what items. In terms of XP, it's about the same almost in terms of XP, and that's going to be a few levels. And if we have a quick look at the levels, it does say Anti-Mage snowballing away like Anti-Mage does. What are you going to say? It's snowballing away like Anti-Mage does. In fact, they've got this huge, massive level advantage across their whole team, except for Shadow Demon. You might say, oh, well, look, this Shadow Demon and this Sand King, they're so low level. they're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. They're stacking and pooling and giving all the farm to the anti-mage. And those people who don't understand how that works, this is how it works. You've only got so much XP that can be absorbed in any given place. And what they've decided to do is structure it so that this anti-mage is not only getting all the farm from the jungle pools, he's also getting it all from the lanes. And this meant that they had a sub 12 minute, I'm going to say sub 12 minute because it was right on the dot, sub 12 minute Battle Fury, which is very, very good. And he just got total free farm. And, 30 minutes free farm anti-mage should result in you winning the game. Simply put. Anti-mage with no harassment, not being pushed out of the lane, not being pursued, not dying, net means that he is going to be absolutely farmed. And let's have a look at the items yet again, just to confirm that. Anti-mage sitting with his completed boots, obviously his treads, and also the Battle Fury. Yasha building into also a Manta. In fact, he's getting close to buying his orb now. Probably if this game was to resume, he would get that almost complete that Manta within the 22-minute mark, and so that would be devastating for the other team. And he's got this huge level advantage. He's 14. He's 14. He's 4 levels above Puck, but he's 5 levels above their primary carry, which is the Faceless Void. And so that should spell it out to you right now how you expect this game to unfold. And what's what's K2 really hoping here? There's D2 makes the call. D2 makes the call and pulls the 5-minute rule out, because we have actually sub-passed that 5-minute rule, and this is a tournament, and you would be expecting the tournament organizer to say, hey guys, 5 minutes is up, these are the rules, let's go. But hey, I don't want to criticize, because running an event is well, I do want to criticize because that's my job, but it is hard to run an event, keeping everybody happy, keeping everybody on par, making those sort of calls. So you guys have been penalized, kind of upsets people. They get kind of antsy about it, given that they're one game up. But hey, those are the rules, and nobody wants to talk about the rules. Nobody wants to enforce those things. Then you'd have problems, because especially if he makes a call later and doesn't force it in the later rounds. For example, let's say this is the he's connected. Big connection. Yay, finally. 8 minutes later, there is a connection. 9 minutes later, there's a connection. And it looks like we will be resuming this game. Big shout out again to Flight of Grey. How's it going, buddy? I'm sure Avril will be very, very impressed that you came and watched my cast, my very amateurist cast. In any case, the game's going to resume, and what we're going to see here is we're going to see, because this large pause, I think KT is going to be caught out. I think they're not going to execute this gank that they've kind of got planned for anti-mage as well as they thought they had. They've got the ability to lock him in place, and he's very, very low in hit points. In fact, if they stun him and throw down 2 abilities, they could kill him. But what often happens with a long pause like this is that people lose their momentum, people lose their track of mind, and they may not pick this anti-mage up, who does have a blink. He has had plenty of time to see this coming. He's just going to blink away right as soon as this resumes. Boom. No, he backs up. They're looking to get around behind him, but he runs into. Wait, what's going on here? What's going on here? Anti-mage does run up into it, and he's going to TP out. In the safety of the TP, there was a 4-man, 5-man squad looking to kill him. Good time for a pause, I guess. In any case, let's go back to the CS. Let's look at the 70, potentially 80 CS lead that this anti-mage has. He immediately reverts back to farming, and you can let's draw a comparison here quickly to the Faceless. Oh, he's getting a lot of support. He's picking up all these the last hits on all this. Oh, look at that! He's going to potentially die though if he's not careful. In fact, he's one right click away from dying. He has to retreat and use a healing potion. Otherwise, he would have died to the ancients. Meanwhile, what help does anti-mage need to pick up his CS? None. 0. Doesn't need any help. He's a big boy. He can do it all on his own. And that just shows you the power of a free farmed anti-mage. In fact, we're into 20 minutes now. 10 more minutes of free farm. Not only would he be completing that Manta, he would be moving on to, I don't know, Desolator, or potentially go for Lols and go for something else. But he's clearly got his Manta now. He should. In fact, this Manta is only. No, he's got it. He's got it. No, he's got 400 gold to go. There we go. 400 gold to go. He's got a Manta, and that's gonna. What is that gonna mean? That's gonna mean even more pain and suffering for KT. My team, the team that I wanted to support. I'm crying small tears inside because I was really hoping Omni would get through to the final event, but it looks like it's not going in their favor. They have to play some amazing next level shit right now in order to get out of this. Look at that, easy pick off there of Get Lucky. There's a, what the hell? Wow, good escape there from Get Lucky. There was a save from the Omni in the form of a deafening blast and a meteor, and that enabled the Sand King to get out. Excellent play. Next level shit coming up, exactly what I say, but they need to do that in the offensive form now, rather than the defensive form.
Super fortified. Like you can't even imagine.
Yeah, they pick up another tower. That's the second tower going in the favor of this free farming anti-mage. What's he building now? Let's have a look. He's got his Manta. Oh, look at that. 12-minute Manta, 21-minute Manta is what I said. He got in 21 and a half, so he's half a second ahead of time. Look at that Chronosphere. Nice landing from the Chronosphere. Doesn't do anything. Picks off one kill. And there's an immediate buyback from the Shadow Demon. I'm not sure why, but they're looking to get some vengeance. In fact, this anti-mage is gone, still on free farm, still on uncontested, still not being pursued by the enemy team. He is on fire. He is on fire. Right? He is absolutely on fire. In fact, his reactionary TP is coming in now to pick him off. And he sees them, and he's feeling so confident he's just going to come down here, pick up their agents, and just blink out. Nice and safe. Excellent CS pickup here, and he's now building towards his next item, which will be... What will it be, guys? Come on, somebody message me. Tell me what it's going to be before it comes up. I believe it's going to be a... something... Desolator. I'm going to say Desolator just because I feel like that's what he wants to build. Probably won't be. Or Butterfly. Butterfly! I'm going to say Butterfly before anyone messages me, because I am on a 1 minute delay. So here we go, Butterfly. Let's see if that works out, see if I am correct. Wow, great catch of Puck. He couldn't face shift out of that. Or lots of damage to the face. And he's not feeling particularly happy right now. Look at those illusions just help drive down this 3-stack. This is going to be so much CS, so much gold. Look at his score, 255. He's got 115 lead in CS above the faceless. 7 more minutes to go before he becomes unstoppable. And I've said this, 30-minute free farm GG with a well-played anti-mage means you lose the game. And he is going into a heart. Or, no, satanic? I don't know. Either or option is good, I guess, because you're so far ahead in farm. And yeah, KT, they need to regroup. They need to think about what they're going to do for this next team fight. They need to play exceptionally well. They need to group up. They need to catch heroes off position. They need basically GTB to make mistakes, and I don't see it happening. Look at that. I see that deep dive, uncommitted engagement by both Jinkera and Puck means they did pick off one hero, but it wasn't committed, so that was just, I think, just through position of luck. Meanwhile, we see this anti-mage getting so much free farm, so uncontested. I want to play a song. Sorry if this is not very entertaining. I know there was a long break there, and I am solo casting. I am looking to try and pick up somebody else who wants to also join me for co-casting, because I don't always have regular co-casters. People have lives, unlike myself. People don't have kids like me, and so they're not always home on a Saturday night. So they go out, they mingle with members of the opposite sex and have entertaining times. So, but if you're looking to cast and you're a person who is often at home on a Saturday or Friday night by themselves, like me, look me up. In any case, we do see a substantial amount of Free farm going on to anti-mage as we were expecting. He is into the 25th minute, 5 more minutes before he officially hits that 30-minute mark with the free farm. And what do the graphs say? The graphs say, lo, this is a steamroll. 10,000 is the official snowball steamrolling type effect, because it means that you need to win 3 to 4 team fights in order to sort of bring this back in your favor, and I don't see this happening. This anti-mage just being so uncontested. There's not this aggressive warding. You need to sort of shut him down and pick him off. In fact, I think they can't come back from here. You know, I'm going to call it here. This is clearly GTB's game to throw away. And they're coming in now to answer him, and he's not there. And they need to just keep pushing and pursuing and driving him away from all this farm, but they're not. As soon as he disappears, they go, oh well, and they go back to what they were doing before. And, you know, as an anti-mage, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. It does look like he's going for a satanic rather than a heart, because he was next to the shop. Oh, what am I talking about? Doesn't really matter. There's a lot of when I say it doesn't matter, I mean there's a lot of issues here for KT to deal with. The fact that they're so underleveled, that this is now a whopping 130-40 CS lead, and they don't see much of this anti-mage, so they don't know where they're sitting. Meanwhile, we do see a Mask of Madness finally being up on the faceless, but he just doesn't have the tank to be able to survive. And they come in to contest this Rosh, which they think he's doing. Good choice for him to jump out. But now it's in a prime position for anti-mage just to walk in there and kill it. And I think that's exactly what he's going to do once he's here to go for a heart. Once he's completed this heart, yeah. Now he's going to do a butterfly. Someone did message me and say heart, so shout out to Mark, who just told me, hey look, it's going to be a heart, before I said anything, because I had the advantage of a 1 minute delay to actually think about it. And like you can see here, he's got so much fun. He's pushing aggressively by himself because he's got so much confidence into this enemy tower. He is poised to be ganked if he's not careful, although he's got all this escape and he's got this heart, and look, oh, they catch him Drinkle, and he uses the manta to almost kill. He is going to kill. He's going to try and escape here. Yeah, he kills him. He blinks out. Like this is a 5-on-1. He's had 27 minutes of free farm, and this is what you do with an anti-mage. Picks up 2 kills. This is GG here. You know, KT's eyes must be full of tears, you know, thanks to such great execution by GTB. Gonna play his song, if I can find it. Where is it? No. There we go. Gonna play his song in the background, just to say this game is clearly in the favor of Team GTB. With, you know, go to bed, guys. Go to bed, KT. This is you. You're being put to bed. Shout out to Dynamites and those guys watching on the stream. The song is Black Dynamite from the movie titled Black Dynamite.
Much like cordwood before axes.
Anyway, back into it. Just wanted to give a little song there. Shout out for Dynamite. This is clearly GTB's game to throw. You know, how do you come back from this? To be fair, they can't see what I can see. They see 8-6. They think they have a good shot at this. They see a well-farmed anti-mage, but they think they can still come back with team execution. But the graphs tell us a different story. You know, they tell us it's substantially in the favor of GTB, having picked up so much free farm on that anti-mage. This Invoker doing so well in this lane, and you know. Look at him, he's excellently positioned. He goes in with the Chronosphere, he goes in with the Mask of Madness, but he gets stopped by a combination of abilities and a nicely placed, timed, I should say, I can't even think of what it's called now, mechanism from Dynamite, saves him. Nobody dies. that is a disaster to add to their river of disasters they're currently facing. You know, there is a tidal wave called GTB coming at you, and you're standing on a beach with a bucket, and that's how KT must feel right now, that they've got this tiny little bucket to try and stop this huge avalanche of damage coming out at them in the form of this anti-mage. And look, they get someone, you know, not very good casting from my behalf, but they're just picking off who they can pick off when they can pick them off. And that's why this kill total thing is kind of misleading. It tells you how many kills of each team, and you can kind of spend some time to have a look and see how many of that actually equates to. But the reality is, not enough of the right guys are dying on the GTB side. They've lost Shadow Demon, and they've lost, let's have a look. Instead of saying it, let's just show you. Look at that. They've lost him twice, him 3 times, and everyone else once. Right. Whereas comparatively, hard carry, medium sort of support carry, and it's all been in the wrong places in terms of the deaths for KT. It's all been in the right places in terms of deaths for GTB, and they're capitalizing on this very, very strong free farm anti-mage who is just going toe to toe, and there's nothing this guy does. Look, he tried to get away, he got burn of mana, you know, and right now KT is thinking, well, how do we stop this? You know, we let this anti-mage free farm for 30 minutes. What's the plan? There is no plan. In fact, he bought outright without getting any of the components of Butterfly. So now this is even worse. This is so bad for this team. What can they do? Mark tells me they can bend over and say goodbye. They can kiss each other and hug, because that's all he thinks they can do. And look, this is clearly 5-on-5 lineup. They pick anti-mage picks off 2. There's an epicenter, not really worth quoting. It does a lot of damage. There's a slow effect. There's an ult. There's a lot of abilities going down, but they're all being driven back. And meanwhile, anti-mage just casually does what he wants to do. He doesn't even need to pursue, doesn't need to really do anything, although he gets disrupted for even more damage in the form of his illusions. And there's a chronosphere, and he looks for the easy kill, and he's not even going to get it, because he just doesn't even get it. Doesn't get it, unstoppable. This is going to be a rampage. Here comes the rampage. Rampage! Monster kill. Oh, damn it. It's only a monster kill. I wanted it to be a rampage. Sorry, guys, about the poor casting from me. No co-caster. But, yeah. Sorry, TK. This is clearly in the favor of Team GTB. GT Welper being caught by KT. Unfortunately, they are being eliminated from this event, I believe. I don't know. I could be talking at my ass yet again. But GTB definitely progressing on to the next game. Excellent play there. But here's the power you can see of Anti-Mage. And hey, guys, thanks for watching. Following through with my channel, and hey, look, if you like what I'm doing, hit subscribe, hit follow, because your support is greatly appreciated. Congratulations to GTB, and bad luck there to KT. We'll see you here tomorrow for at least one of the matches. I'm not sure exactly what matches I'll be casting tomorrow. This is a bit more of a commitment than I expected it to be, but hey, I will stick out as much as I can. Thanks, guys, and your support is much appreciated.